Greetings, billionaire. My name is Ayada, an artificial intelligence avatar created by the founder of BWE Tribal Academy, which is Alicia Hunter, known as Crypto Queen. I'm the company's first virtual assistant, and I am looking forward to working with you on all your educational needs. Before we get started, allow me to introduce you to our new online academy, which is BWE Tribal Academy. At BWE Tribal Academy, we are a virtual educational platform that's based out of Las Vegas. However, our online courses are open 24/7, and it's available to international students. Our goal is to help strive our students become more knowledgeable in the financial markets, business management, tribal law, health and nutrition, personal development, and more. Our mission is to provide a comprehensive educational platform for the financial markets and business to the indigenous people. Our team is dedicated to delivering high-quality virtual content to help individuals understand the fundamentals of finance and building a business. We would be grateful for your support and invite you to follow us on all of our social media platforms, including Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, under the username BWE Tribal Academy. I am very confident that BWE Tribal Academy will positively impact the lives of many, and we're super excited that you'll be joining us. For more information about our upcoming virtual classes and events, visit our website at www.bwetribalacademy.org or email us at info@bwetribalacademy.com. Thank you for your support, and thank you for believing in our vision. Once again, I'm Ayada. See you in class.
Great evening, everyone. How you guys are doing out there? Hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. Also, let me know where you're viewing from in the comments below. And just give me a second so that I can pull up my notes. Also, let's turn on a little bit of music. Just give me a moment. Okay, I am back. And before we dive into tonight's live stream, I'm going to take a moment real quick and read the disclaimer. So tonight, we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency and the rise of new money. We've just went over the rise of old money. So now we're transitioning over to the rise of new money, which is digital currency. So before we get started, the disclaimer is on the screen, so please read right along with me. The presentation is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. Cryptocurrency involves risk and individual circumstances vary. Please consult a licensed financial advisor or qualified professional before making any financial decisions. This session tonight, it may take at least 1 hour, not 30 minutes tonight, guys, because I will be going through a lot of information, okay, which is a comprehensive course. So feel free to get comfortable, grab your notebook pad, your ink pen, your tablet, or any type of technical device for your notes. And do not forget to grab your snacks. So before we move forward, I'm just going to give you guys just a couple of seconds to go run and grab you an ink pen and piece of paper for copious notes, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so let's get started. I hope everyone got their notebook and their ink pen ready for notes. If not, you're more welcome to review this video. Again, because we are live streaming from LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, remember, Facebook, excuse me. Facebook will delete this live stream within 30 days, so you're more welcome to review the recap of this full live stream on LinkedIn, or you're more welcome to review it on YouTube. Okay, and that would be under BWE Tribal Academy. So let's go ahead and get started. And so real quick, let me go ahead and introduce everyone to BWE Tribal Academy. If you are new here, BWE Tribal Academy is a dynamic, forward-thinking educational institution dedicated to financial literacy, wealth building, liberation, and personal development. We are committed to bridging the financial knowledge gap and creating a space where students can learn how to thrive in a rapidly evolving economy by focusing on wealth protection, financial independence, and economic empowerment. BWE Tribal Academy aims to shape the next generation of financially aware and self-sufficient leaders to gain control of their identity and financial future. And so, real quick about myself, I am the founder of BWE Tribal Academy. My name is Alicia Hunter. Many of you may know me as Crypto Queen, but tribally known as Chieftainess Kisawa. I have over 2 decades of experience in international business and project management, and as the owner of BWE Tribal Academy, I handle global strategy, innovation, and growth. My mission is to bridge the gap between the financial system and liberation in the community. And so tonight, we're going to go over the table of contents, and the first thing we're going to review is the recap of From Barter to Blockchain, which is the rise of old money. And then we're going to merge over to what is cryptocurrency, blockchain fundamentals, the history of cryptocurrency, how cryptocurrency is created, the types of cryptocurrencies, the future of cryptocurrency, the institutional adoption, crypto exchanges and trading platforms, the crypto market cap, which is very important for us to clearly understand, and then the crypto storage and security. Then at the end, we're just going to close it out. And so, before we do get started over here, I know a lot of you may have watched our videos ever since, I think it was like October, whenever I restreamed this live stream. And so in the beginning, which is From Barter to Blockchain, that is the rise of old money. So we just did like an overview of how the ancient civilizations created the earliest forms of money and value exchange. And this is how human traded in the barter systems, and also where people exchange goods directly. And that worked in like small communities, but it did scale. And then over time, which we're going to narrow all the way down to part 3, which is commodities money. This is where we had explored items like grains and salts and shells and metals. And over the time, we've also learned how slavery and neo-slavery created the stock market. And so now we're going to hover over, okay, to part 4, which is the metal coinage. And then we have part 5, which is the paper currency, which we have broke things down of how the rise of paper money had occurred, far as the receipts, the banking systems, and the early credit systems. And then we merge over to part 6, which is the gold standard. Okay, and you guys may want to rewatch part 6 because that was a very good live stream. Okay, and that explains how the global economies use gold to back currency and ensure its value stability. And then on part 7, we were going over fiat money, which this discussed the government's issued money that's not backed by physical commodities, which we are operating off of fake money, which is monopoly money. And then the past few weeks, we just closed it out in 2025 from barter to blockchain part 8, which is digital currency. And this is just like an introduction of how money has transitioned, like far as from barter trading system all the way to digital currencies. And then I did a live interview with a great friend of mine, which is James R. Davis Sr. And we were just discussing about the future, which is digital real estate. And so, if you guys missed any of these live streams, once again, you're more welcome to review these videos on YouTube or LinkedIn at BWE Tribal Academy. And you guys may want to rewatch it so that way you can have a clear understanding of how the future of money is operating. Because if you don't understand the future of money, then that means you need to study the history of money. So let's go ahead and move forward. Now, this is my favorite subject, cryptocurrency. If you want to be my best friend, bring up this conversation and I will talk to you about cryptocurrency all day, probably like for hours. I mean, yeah, this is like super sweet. But with cryptocurrency is a decentralized digital currency that operates on blockchain technology. It's also secured through cryptography and transferables peer-to-peers without the need for a bank or central authorities. Its function as money, an investment asset, and fuel for digital ecosystems, including finance, gaming, metaverse, and the tokenized real world ownership. Now, historically, every major shift in money followed a trust breakdown or technological leap. So, cryptocurrency follows that same pattern. It also allows people to send money without even hiring the middleman, as far as, the central banks. And so, by that being said, we are transitioning into the blockchain system. So, what is blockchain? And I know a lot of people are probably confused, like, okay, what is a blockchain system? Like, what's the difference between cryptocurrency and the blockchain system? Okay. Now, just remember, cryptocurrency is on the blockchain system. Okay. And as you can read this on the screen, and I do want to clearly state that to understand cryptocurrency, you must understand the blockchain system. And the blockchain is essentially like shared digital record books that anyone on the network can verify. Once the information is written, okay, it can't be changed. Okay. This idea builds on decades of like research and like this is like a lot of technologies that is occurring and advancing for the future. So the key breakdown here is decentralization. You don't want to get caught up into centralization, and I will explain this later on. Okay. Anyways, instead of trusting a bank or government, which is the centralized banks, users trust math and code and distributed networks. So this is where cryptocurrency comes in at, which it also have like smart contracts, which I will go over that in the next few slides. And then all of this just start expanding, which is automatically removing a lot of third parties. If you are paying attention, this is why the government gets so upset about cryptocurrency. Well, I know President Trump isn't, but I know with the Democrat parties, they are anti-crypto. And I'm assuming because of, you know, as us, I don't want to say the word citizens because that would place you back into the public side. However, as an individual, you are more in tune of taking control of your assets. Okay. And I hope that makes a lot of sense so that way you guys don't get confused on what's the difference between centralized and decentralized. But decentralized, once again, is a system that operates without a single controlling authority. That means I can transfer my cryptocurrency to you without hearing anybody's mouth, without even having to go to the ATM machine, without having to go to a central bank to apply for a withdrawal or even deposit any funds. Okay. And then you have the cryptography, which I'm going to go over that because a lot of people feel like cryptocurrency is new. But when it comes to this, it was never new because all of this existed back in the 80s. So, this is a method of securing data and transactions using complex mathematical algorithms that encrypt, verify, and protect digital assets. Okay. And this right here will avoid any unauthorized access or any hijacking, like, say, people that want to will actually get into cybersecurity. This is something that you definitely want to do your due diligence on, okay? And then the smart contract. I know a lot of you are very familiar with smart contracts because I know you guys may have heard of Ethereum and other cryptocurrency projects that have smart contracts. But basically, it's like a contract that is stored into a blockchain system, okay? So this is where you can legalize documentations on the blockchain system. Okay, if that makes any sense. So instead of using paper contracts, you can use a smart contract. But smart contracts have different meanings. It's not just only a digital contract. There's like different projects to where that you can accumulate assets just by utilizing a smart contract. You could put your marriage license on a smart contract. You could put your identity on a smart contract. If you guys are very familiar with the self-sovereign identity, which is the digital IDs, that's a part of a smart contract as well. Okay. And then now we have the token. A token is like a digital asset that is created on existing blockchain that can represent value, ownership, identities, and voting rights, or real world assets. Now, once again, all of this correlates, okay? It all correlates, and it's the same thing, but just a different scenario. And so we're going to hover over to the history of cryptocurrency. Now, the idea of digital money didn't start with just Bitcoin. Okay, I clearly stated that earlier. Okay, basically, I would say cryptocurrency probably could have been experimented back in the 80s with like electronic cash systems, but they failed because it wasn't centralized. Okay, so that's when everything has changed. And everything just changed all the way to the 1900s, which, we had central banks transitioning to digital currency. And if you guys don't remember me stating this, go back and watch the movie Heist 88. It's called Heist 88, and it will show you how the banks were transitioning from paper currency to like a digital aspect. And now, as we transition, everything has changed in 2008. And that is during the global financial crisis. And I know many of you remember the market, especially in the housing market. Okay. So that's when Bitcoin's white paper was released, which it was proposing money that could exist without banks. And then in 2009, Bitcoin was launched. And then in 2010, Bitcoin had proved that it had a real world value when it was used to buy pizza. Now, I know with all of my crypto investors and crypto traders, we are very familiar with the shenanigans. once upon a time, there was this guy that purchased 2 boxes of pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. Now, if you could do me a favor inside of the comments, can you calculate how much 10,000 Bitcoins will cost today? And I believe Bitcoin is at, I think Bitcoin went up to like 91, 93,000. I can't remember. I have to look back on it. But calculate that and put that into the comments and let me know how much those 2 boxes of pizzas are worth today in 2026. Okay. And then followed by Ethereum, which it was founded in 2015. This enabled DeFi, which is decentralized finance, also NFTs, and then tokenized economies. Now, by that being said, crypto has been evolving. Okay? It's been evolving to where now the institutionals want to get involved. And you remember the institutionals were telling us, oh, don't get into it. It's such a bubble. It's a scam and blah, blah, blah. Anytime the institutionals tell you something, you may want to kind of do the opposite. But then again, anytime the institutional is trading and investing in the financial markets, you may want to invest and trade right along with them. Now, reminder, this is just for educational purposes, not for any type of financial advice. Now, going back to cryptocurrency and how it was created. Now, with crypto, it was created through systems that was designed to replace the trust in institutions with trust into the network. So the first part is mining, and that is like a proof of work. Now, let me break this down for you real quick what mining is. So basically what mining is, you get to use computers where it can validate transactions and secure the network. This mirrors gold mining, okay? Meaning you can mine Bitcoin far as duplication. Now, just remember, this is limited supply. However, it is increasing. But it's positive because of why? Because the scarce it is with Bitcoin, the higher the cost when it comes to the price. Okay, so I hope I explained that to you. If I didn't, write down all your questions and put it inside of the comments, and I will go back and I will definitely answer all of your questions. Now, staking. This is my favorite part of cryptocurrency, is staking. Now, this is where participants will lock up their cryptocurrencies to help run the network. Historically, this shift kind of reflects growing concerns over energy, and this is actually pushing crypto towards more efficient models. So, say for an example that you have $10,000 into a savings account, like say with Bank of America, and you left those $10,000 inside of that savings account for maybe 5 years. You may receive dividends of what? I don't know, maybe 2 cents. Not realizing that the central banks are trading your assets in the foreign exchange market, which is Forex, right? So just imagine you just letting your $10,000 just sit there in a savings account, but your friend decided to put $10,000 into cryptocurrency, but set up a staking system. And next thing you know, the cryptocurrency market reached its all-time high, and now your friend may accumulate like over $50,000 to $60,000. or maybe more, depending on which cryptocurrency coins that they had invested into. So that's basically what staking is. It's like you're allowing your assets to sit inside of your digital currency bank and let it accumulate more assets instead of like a regular traditional banking system to where that you just leave your money inside of a savings account and then there's no growth. Okay? So that's what staking is about. Now, we're going to talk about the types of cryptocurrency because not all cryptocurrencies like serve the same purpose, and that is where a lot of confusions are at. Okay? Because whenever I mention cryptocurrency to people, they just automatically look at me like I'm a red flag. Oh my gosh, you're such a scam. But guess what? I educate people on how to avoid scammers. Okay? So the first part of cryptocurrency would be Bitcoin. This is like the grandfather of cryptocurrency. And this is the very first decentralized cryptocurrency, which is designed as digital gold, meaning it is a store of value. Okay? So let's think of it as Bitcoin is the new gold. Whenever gold existed around, like, say, whenever the baby boomers were really investing into it, now this is our opportunity to invest into cryptocurrency the same way how others were investing into the cheaper stock market. Like, say for an example, Apple was below $2, I think, in the 90s. So that was just like an introduction of the internet. Right now we are right in the very beginning of like the introduction of cryptocurrency. Okay, so we're like right there, and that's where Bitcoin comes in at. And this is like just the first introduction of cryptocurrency. And then now you have the altcoins. The altcoins were emerged to improve speed, cost, and functionality. Okay? Unlike Bitcoin, you have other cryptocurrencies which are considered altcoins. Like, say for example, you may heard of Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, you name it. Those are altcoins. Okay? And then now we have stable coins. Now let me break this down. Okay, when it comes to stable coins does not have any volatility. I see a lot of people out there leading the blind because they are blind. Stable coins is basically like something where you will store your assets due to the market selling. Okay? So say for example, if you invested into Bitcoin at $65,000 and Bitcoin had reached its all-time high of $150,000, most likely it's going to come down. Okay? So what do? You would transfer some of your assets over to the stablecoin while Bitcoin has a pullback and start correcting itself, or maybe come to a crash because of you have some some people, I don't want to mention their name, but others like the elites, they will kind of manipulate the market. But this is where the stable coins will come in at to protect your assets. Okay, because it has no volatility. So that means if you invest into Bitcoin at $65,000 and it reached up to an all-time high of $150,000, you may transfer those profits into a stable coin because you know that the market is about to correct itself. Now, just to let you know, even if you are new, You may want to learn how to trade the Forex market before you start investing into cryptocurrency because it would make a whole lot of sense. And I've noticed a lot of people have been losing their money because of once the market hits its all-time high, they just leave their assets there. And then on top of that, they start investing whenever it's like reaching its euphoria stage. It's like, guys, you have to learn this. You have to fully understand and be knowledgeable of what's going on because of cryptocurrency is not a scam. It's not taking your money unless you gave it to someone that's a scammer, then yeah. But where I'm going with this is if you are new, please learn how to trade first before you invest into cryptocurrency. So that way you can have a clear understanding of how the stable coins operate and how the cryptocurrency markets operate. It really saddens me whenever I'm on social media and someone is so hyped about Bitcoin reaching its all-time high and then they invested whenever it's right there at its highest high, not knowing that it's getting ready to come back to a sell like far as a pullback. So you guys definitely want to start utilizing stable coins when it comes to that strategy so that way you can prevent yourself from losing any assets. Now that's some free game for you, okay? And then now we have meme coins. Now I am going to clearly state this. I'm not a huge fan of meme coins. However, okay, there is a however, since I know how to trade, and if I need a little quick money, I'm gonna jump into some meme coins and make some money. But before I move any further, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. And my cousin, her name is Selena, out there in Montgomery, Alabama, she is my living witness. Do you guys know that I was a billionaire due to meme coins? Yeah, I was a billionaire for like about 10 to 15 minutes. I didn't even have the slightest clue of what to do and how to swap things out. I was just super excited because of the numbers. But yeah, after that it crashed. And I remember my cousin was on the phone. She was like, "Oh my gosh, cuz screenshot it. You know, you're a billionaire now." I'm like, "Yeah, but how am I going to swap this out?" It's because if I was new and I wasn't even that knowledgeable enough to understand what was going on. So I jumped into a meme coin, which was an airdrop. And I kept it, and the drop just exploded. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I made billions, but how do I do this?" So that's just a little story of me experiencing meme coins. But yeah, I was a billionaire for like good 10 minutes, and it felt good because you want to know why? I was still the same person. But moving forward, meme coins reflect the powers of internet culture and community psychology. Similar to how a speculative asset that's been behaving throughout history. Like, say, for an example, I know a lot of you are very familiar with Shiba and Dogecoin. Majority of meme coins come from like pictures. You know, you can actually create your own meme coin and pump it up and make money if you want to. There's a couple of people on Facebook that have like Facebook groups and they have meme coins. Now, I do want to let you know there is a disclaimer, okay? It's very, very, very volatile, okay? You put your money in there, do not expect to get rich overnight. You probably could become a millionaire overnight if you know what you're doing. However, I would not just trust it like far as the process because you can lose a lot of money when it comes to meme coins. To me, meme coins are for the kids. I just let them have their fun, okay? And then we have the utility tokens. And these tokens are created to provide access to services, apps, blockchain functions, or membership ecosystems. And then also, we have the central bank digital currency, which is CBDC. And in the next few weeks, I am going to go over CBDC, a full comprehensive, and you guys better be in the building because you have to fully understand the difference of a CBDC, a stable coin, a cryptocurrency, and an altcoin. You cannot sit here and say they are the same because it is not. Okay? Remember, Bitcoin is decentralized, CBDC is what? Centralized. And this is based off of the other hands, which represents the government. And this is how they're going to maintain control with everyone's assets. But don't get discouraged when it comes to cryptocurrency because, like I said, I will break this down in the next few weeks. However, you really don't want to get caught up with CBDCs because of this is where social credit system would come in at. And I know a lot of you are very familiar with social credit system. So remember, Bitcoin is decentralized. CBDC is what? Centralized. That means the government has control of your assets. That means if you have an account with Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or Regions, any other banks that's out there, that is a central bank. Most likely, your assets will be converted to a CBDC. And don't be surprised that it may happen during this government shutdown if there's a government shutdown. Because of right now, everything is transitioning over to digital currency, which is cryptocurrency. And by that being said, what are the banks are going to do with the USDs? Of course, they're going to convert it over to a stable coin, which is going to be their stable coin. And that is a CBDC. So let's move forward to the rise of cryptocurrency, which is the future of cryptocurrency. Now, historically, money evolves alongside technology, but when it comes to cryptocurrency, it is now expanding, which now we have ownership, identity, and automation. Now, let's go back to the smart contract again. It is programmable and it's on a blockchain system, which is an agreement. So, say, for example, if you have an agreement with someone, you could put into a smart contract. If you are saying, I do, and you're jumping the broom, you can put that on a smart contract. And if you have, say you are part of the indigenous community and say that you are American Indian, you can possibly create treaty rights and stuff on a smart contract. There's a lot of amazing things that you can do on a smart contract to make it legalized so that way you can gain ownership. And then guess what? After the end of the day, you will receive royalties from a smart contract. So say for an example, and this is what I had told my children a while back. I told them, I say, hey, if I was to ever get married again, I'm putting that on a smart contract because me and hubby, we're going to make some money on a blockchain system. And it makes sense. Okay, it does because like with a traditional marriage certificate, you're not making no money. They are making money off of those bonds. Okay? But instead, on a smart contract, you can take your power back and make money off of that certificate. And then now we have DeFi, which is decentralized finance. And I love the DeFi system because now you can get into what? Smart contracts again, which allows you to lend, borrow, trade, earn interest. And this is all in the financial markets of the cryptocurrency without the bank's permission. Now, let me just share this with those of you that have a low credit score. Do you know with DeFi, if you're planning to loan any cryptocurrency, they don't check your credit score. I just want to whisper that to you real quick, okay? They don't check your credit score. So make sure you do some due diligence on DeFi and come back with me on your answers. And then now we have the NFTs, which is the non-fungible tokens. I know a lot of people are so upset about the NFTs. I get it. However, I thought it was just so amazing watching people making a killing due to art. I saw little children, like 15 years old, taking pictures of probably like an ant or a rock and making millions of dollars from Ethereum. And then you have celebrities that own a couple of NFTs. I know Rihanna had set something up with an NFT, and it was one of her songs. I think actually it was like three of her musics that she performed on stage, and that NFT it just went skyrocket. And then you have Snoop Dogg and Eminem. They own NFTs in the media as well. So definitely want to get into that because a lot of celebrities, they are looking into the NFTs. But at the same time, I do want to put the disclaimer out there. I would say 98% of celebrities are not knowledgeable into cryptocurrency. So please be careful investing into celebrities' projects. Okay? Because majority of them are not knowledgeable. And if you notice, a lot of them has been jammed up in a lot of lawsuits pertaining to cryptocurrency projects. And then now we have the metaverse. The metaverse just took off. I mean, everywhere you go, people are talking about these ARs and these virtual glasses and what else? Those Ray-Ban glasses. And then also there's these like neat glasses where you can just put on your face, and if someone's talking to you, you can respond to someone just by reading those glasses. It's like super neat of how everything is all set up with this digital space. However, going back to the metaverse, I don't know if you guys are very familiar with Black Mirror. You definitely want to watch that TV show. They break everything down about the metaverse. I mean, everything. And it's not suitable for children, okay? Black Mirror, I'm not talking about the metaverse, but I'm talking about Black Mirror. It's not suitable for children. It's only suitable for adults because they have adult activities and profaning languages. However, you may want to watch Black Mirror. It's a TV series, and it will show you everything what is about to happen when it comes to the digital currency. And then I know some of you may play video games and you may have some children that play video games. I always tell my offsprings, if you're going to play video games, you better be making some money in the cryptocurrency system, okay? And I tell them that all the time. So play to earn, which is P2E, that is like tokens earned inside of the blockchain system based off of video games. So if you are a gamer, okay, you may want to look into this. And if you are a man who is a gamer and your significant other is complaining, you may want to look into this because there's many times that gamers made a killing just by playing video games in the cryptocurrency system. So there you go. And then also we have tokenization. Now, tokenization been around for quite a few years, and not too many people paid attention to it, but right now it is the hottest crypto topic ever. You can definitely get into tokenization when it comes to digital assets, as far as digital real estate, digital land. So if you are a real estate investor, real estate agent, or someone that just want to look into investing into real estate, you definitely want to look into tokenization. This is like something totally neat because of you can invest a certain amount of money and still accumulate fractional amount of money. Okay? So by that being said, I do have a link that I will share to where that you can take a look at the digital real estate and you can start investing. Once again, you may want to consult with a licensed financial advisor before you make any financial decision. I'm just sharing this information for you as educational purposes. And then now we have Bitcoin cities. Now, this blew my mind. I'm like, a Bitcoin city? I am sold. So everything is like integrated into Bitcoin mining, adoption. Everything is just Bitcoin. So just imagine you are a huge fan of Bitcoin and you just woke up one day and everything is into Bitcoin. It's like you're in paradise. So you want to look into this because I believe it's El Salvador, and then there was another country. I can't think of the name of it, but they have everything set up with Bitcoin currency, far as the cities, and then we also have the Bitcoin islands. I think the name of that country. I don't want to say on this live and get it wrong, but this is what I'll do. I will look it up again, and then I'll put in the comments. And if not, you guys can just look it up for me, maybe under Chat GPT or uh, um, Google, and put in the comments and let me know which country have the Bitcoin's islands, because I remember they were like accepting applications, but you have to pay a certain amount of money, like a deposit, to move over there in order for you to live on the actual island, which I wouldn't blame them. However, this is where the elites just start investing their assets too. And then now we're going over the institutional adoptions, which I was just going over this not too long ago about trading and investing right along with the institutionals. Now, by that being said, we have the crypto ETFs. And I know that is like the hottest topic of today. Every time we turn around, BTC ETF, Ethereum ETF, and then now what we got, XRP ETFs. And what else? They're talking about Solana and all types of other cryptocurrency ETFs. This right here allows institutionals and retail investors to actually exposure without direct ownership or custody. The direct ownership and custody would be the cryptocurrency itself. The crypto ETFs is mainly in the stock market. Okay? Remember, cryptocurrency, like say Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, that is basically your direct ownership. With your ETFs, this is basically you coming in as an institutional or retail investor, and you're owning a couple of shares in the stock market. Once again, same thing, different scenario. However, when it comes to the crypto ETFs, it could be considered risky before it become the mainstream. Now, what I meant about this is, I know there's this group of people that's talking about XRP. They were so livid when XRP was approved for this project, and then it was approved for another project. However, XRP kept going down. You have to remember, when there's different projects that are added, okay, and it's included, excuse me, I can't even talk tonight, but if it's included, most likely the market is going to go down. And the secret is the institutionals will love to get in at a cheaper price. So anytime you hear anything about XRP or Ethereum or Solana, oh, we're about to get a new ETF, don't jump into the cryptocurrency coin yet. Just wait. Okay? Wait. Wait a little bit. You know? Go for a walk. Just wait. And then once the market start correcting itself and then it just reverts back to the correct position, then it's best to invest into it. And once again, like I said, and I clearly stated before, in order for you to fully understand this, you must learn how to trade the financial markets. Please learn how to trade Forex before you look into investing into cryptocurrency and also even in the stock market. I'm telling you, it's very easy and it's very simple. So even though you are investing to crypto ETFs and you're upset because of the market may go down, that is because of the market is correcting itself. And you may just need to wait a little while, put it on your little watch list, and then after you talk to your licensed financial advisor, and then you may want to make the decision to start investing. And now we have the institutional investors. Now, these are the big guys, okay? Once again, you do not want to trade or invest against the institutionals. You want to trade and invest right along with them because these are the whalers, okay? They also help manipulate the market. So anytime you see me post, like, say, for an example, $200 billion were shorted in the last hour, most likely the institutionals had sold a couple of their cryptocurrencies. Okay? So pay attention to the geopolitical aspects behind it as well, because that market will correlate with what is going on today. So anytime Trump may say something, or what's his name, Jerome Powell, pay attention to what they're saying. And then go along with what the institutionals are doing. Okay? Because if you get caught out there and you're going totally against what they're doing, then you're really going to run into a major loss. Okay? So I hope you guys just clearly understand that part, and I hope I broke it down as simple as I could. And so now we're going over to the crypto exchanging and the trading platforms. Now, this is my favorite part of cryptocurrency as well. As far as trading, I love trading. I do because of it makes sense. You place a trade, you go to sleep, you wake up, and you in profit mode. I love it. But when it comes to the crypto exchanging and the trading platforms, we have the word exchange, which is a digital marketplace where cryptocurrencies are bought, sold, and traded. And then we also have the centralized exchange, which is considered CEX. Once again, centralized, okay? Now, this is a centralized exchange crypto app, and I'm going to break this down as simple as I can. On the screen, it says a company owned, okay? A company owned crypto trading platform that manages users' accounts, custody, liquidity, and trade matching like a bank or a broker. That sounds familiar, right? Now, let's take an example of Coinbase and Robinhood. Those two trading platforms, those are centralized trading platforms. Any student of mine will tell you, do not ever come to me talking about Coinbase, Robinhood, Cash App, none of those places. I don't socialize with centralized exchange platforms. And if you have a crypto guru that's educating you about cryptocurrency and they're telling you, oh yeah, go to Coinbase, fire that person. Because now they are transitioning you from a traditional banking system into a what? The future of the centralized banking system. Do you know Coinbase does the same thing the banks do? They make your money in the cryptocurrency market. If you don't believe me, look it up. Look at their terms and conditions. I don't put a dime into Coinbase. I don't even look at Robinhood. I don't even look at any of those platforms. They're just like a bank. And then also, you will have the IRS in your business. So anytime you want to move some money around, guess what? They knocking on your door asking you, so what are you doing over here in your Coinbase account? And what you supposed to tell them? None of your business. Because guess what? Now you're into a decentralized exchange platform, which is a DEX. And that is a peer to peer crypto trading protocol built on smart contracts that allows direct wallet trading without account registration or centralized custody. Centralized custody. For an example, Coinbase, Robinhood, Crypto.com, Cash App, PayPal. If they're asking you for your social security number in your photo ID, most likely they are centralized. Okay? Decentralized, they don't ask you all those important questions because that's none of their business, right? And so, one thing I can clearly state about the exchanges, even though there are pros and cons, however, there's a good because the cryptocurrency market, it never sleeps. I always tell people cryptocurrency market reminds me of New York City. It's a market that never sleeps. It's open 24/7, 7 days of the week, 365 days in a year. Okay? And then now we're going to go over the market structure in the value matrix, and then we're going to close it out shortly. And by that being said, what is market capitalization, which is a market cap? This is like the total dollar value of cryptocurrency is calculated by multiplying its current price by the numbers of coins that's currently into circulation. And then also we have the crypto market cap, which is the combined total value of all cryptocurrencies that is in existence. And then we also have the circulating supply. That is the number of coins or tokens that is available. Okay, so that means if it's not available, that means those coins are not available, and that means the price is going to increase. There are some cryptocurrency coins that are being burned as we are speaking, and burning means that the scarce of the cryptocurrency coin, the higher the price that cryptocurrency coin would be. Okay, I just want to make it simple for everyone. I don't want to make it too difficult. All right, and then we have the max supply. This is the number of coins or tokens that would never exist for a cryptocurrency, including the future minting limit. Then we have the volatility, which is the rapid and unpredictable movement of the crypto prices due to speculation, liquidity, news cycles, and market sentiment. And then also, I know a lot of you are very familiar with the bull market. Okay, the bull market meaning what? Prices are rising. Okay, that means it is strong buy. It's in a long. And then the bear market is what? It's declining. It is selling. Many of you may notice this as a short. Okay. Now, the importance of this is, for one, the crypto market cap, it represents the total value of the crypto ecosystem. Two, it is used to measure dominance, adoption, and liquidity. And then three, it indicates the overall size and the flow of capital in crypto markets. And also, last, it helps investors assess risk and market cycles. Now, I know we haven't even went over the storage and the security, and I'm getting to it right now. And so this is something that you have to really pay attention to, okay? When it comes to the ownership of cryptocurrency, no one else has that power but you. Remember that. you have the ownership of your assets when it comes to crypto. However, you have to store it and secure it, or else someone else can come in and take your assets. Now, when it comes to a hot wallet, this is a cryptocurrency that remains connected to the internet. When it comes to the cold wallet, this is an offline cryptocurrency storage. Okay, and it does not need no internet connections. Private keys. Okay, I want to explain this to you. When it comes to a decentralized wallet exchange, you are expected to have a secret private keys. Usually, that company will provide you maybe 12 words. Some of them provide like 20 words. Okay. But make sure you have a hold of it, because of if you misplace your 12 private keys or your 20 private keys, guess what? You ain't got no cheese. Not your keys, not your cheese. Let me break it down for you. With the centralized exchange, which is Coinbase, Robinhood, them other shenanigans, what with the other guys, they have control of your crypto assets. Okay, I'll make that plain and simple. With a decentralized exchange, you will receive 12 secret words, maybe 20. You have to write them down and you have to store them in a safe place. This is like your personal cryptocurrency social security number. Let's just say that, okay? This is your cryptocurrency social security number. This is private. No one else is supposed to have it, not even your best friend, not even your mother, no one. However, if something was to happen to you, you can store these private keys into your living will, into your trust. You can store that inside of your assets, so that way all of your information can be passed down your generation. Okay, so once again, if you lose your 12 keys and you have $5.5 million in a cryptocurrency wallet, it's nothing that we can do for you. I can't help you. The government can't help you. The SEC can't help you. The CFTC cannot help you. Not even the police can help you. You just SOL, okay? All right. So remember to store your private keys at a safe, valuable place, because remember, not your keys is not your cheese. All right. I don't even care it got your full name on there. If you don't have the keys, it's not your cheese and it's irreversible. Okay. And so that comes to a conclusion of tonight's live stream. And what we just went over is that cryptocurrency represents the transformation from physical trade and centralized financial systems into decentralized, cryptographically secure digital economies. It enables self-custody ownership 24/7 in the market, digitally identify, tokenize real estate. Well, actually, real world assets, not real estate, but it is real estate. And its virtual economies, automated agreements, and institutional investments through crypto ETFs. This is forming the financial foundations for the future of commerce, finance, gaming, and digital civilization. And so, thank you for joining me tonight. And next Thursday, well, actually, this Thursday, not next Thursday, but this coming Thursday, I'll be live again, 4:30 p.m., same time, same location, just a different day. And I will be going over AI, artificial intelligence, and AGI. Okay. And so make sure you contact us and you stay engaged, and make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at BWE Tribal Academy. You may want to check out our website and also email us if you have any questions, okay, and if you need any help. Alrighty. And so during the meantime, I am going to go ahead and log off here. And I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. All right. And one thing I do want to let you guys know, cryptocurrency is not just all about money. Okay. It's all about control, it's all about access, and it's all about evolution. All right. So, from the barter systems to blockchain networks, we are in a different era of money that is going to reflect societies as far as its values and technology. Do not ever get discouraged when it comes to cryptocurrency. You just have to be fully knowledgeable, and I am here to help guide you. And remember, cryptocurrency represents a shift towards transparency. Okay? And it definitely will help you to become, well, actually, to stay private. Let's just say stay private. So, whether someone chooses to invest or not, just understand that cryptocurrency is here to stay. And it's the future of our finance, it's the future of our ownership, and it's the future of our digital life. Okay? So do not go and tell everybody, oh my gosh, it's a scam, and then stop it. Because whether you like it or not, you're going to have to learn cryptocurrency. You're going to have no choice but to learn. All right? So, by that being said, you guys stay prayed up, drink lots of water, and always remember to mind your own doggone business. And I love you guys. Good night. And later.
Hello, I'm Zola, the official AI spokesperson for Alicia Hunter, also known worldwide as the Crypto Queen. With over 8 years of experience studying the financial markets, Alicia has helped countless individuals understand crypto, stocks, forex, AI, and modern monetary systems. She is also the founder of BWE Tribal Academy, her online educational hub you may already be familiar with. As a monthly subscriber, you'll get exclusive access to Alicia's private educational content covering crypto, stocks, forex trading, AI, AGI, market psychology, and more. Make sure you click the notification button because Alicia may surprise you with early market insights or execution updates, helping you stay prepared before major financial moves. Subscribe today and join a powerful community committed to financial empowerment. Disclaimer, as a friendly reminder, all information shared is for educational purposes only. Alicia Hunter is not a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a qualified professional before making investment decisions.